Inside piping application, we have some checks for pipelines, check for pipe racks. So avoid running pipe over stanchions. There's one check under this group. Check for piping components. So some checks are there: component orientation, support heavy component, avoid the use of 45-degree elbows, avoid use of short radius bends, avoid well minimum distance between components. So all these are there. And say pipe control set. So wall drip. You don't have any control wall here. Check for pipelines. So for pipelines, these are for, so you have to run select here and say check. No checks have been selected. You must select one or more available checks. Hit select. So for example, I will select control, vent hyper and drape point for this pipeline. Okay. So see. Here results are present. So this line should be vented at the high point. So some indication is given. Stubble, test fast, test fast. Just a minute. Navigate to, okay. Then right click, zoom to. So let me group it. Okay, grouping result pass and result failed. So I can organize like this. Need to consider venting below area. So this is venting at the high point. Why it is not? So these are indicative points, but I'm just wondering why it is not navigating. Click navigate to. From element elbow 1 to elbow 2. This elbow 1. Yes. From elbow 1 to elbow 2. Right. So somewhere in between, you should have a vent branch or a branch whose function should be vent. So there's no vent found in between these two elbows. That's what it's saying. Need to consider venting on below area, elbow 1 and elbow 2, right? And similarly, at high point, yeah. So nowhere a vent is found. That's why it is reporting. On this pipe, there's no vent found. So every time it is giving the reference of same elbows, right? Actually, the result is not very put in right format. So how, on what it will depend, the result is put in right format or not. So it will depend on the PML function. So these are both PML functions in the library. So let me see if wall ceiling clearances from the pipe are. Let me check. Evaluation data world. So okay, the data itself not found for this component flow direction, flow component location. So only problem here is you will not know what it is checking. So clear instruction will be given to you. So only name of the function is not enough. So some instruction from the administrator will be there that this function is supposed to check this thing and it will return the result in the test. And some reason should be stated also. Let me check horizontal span. So horizontal span for components, maybe minimum pipe spacing. Minimum pipe spacing will be checked on pipe rack. So let me see if there's not much pipes over here. Let me see if it's in piping area. Pipe rack 02. See, I I don't really think that these functions are accurate supplied by OUA. These are just for demo purposes, so may not be giving the right results. But anyways, I will, let's see, pipe rack is there or not. Pipe rack 2. Oh, not so good. Structural area 03. Pipe rack area 03. Let's see if it is helpful. Piping area 03. Okay, remove all and see. Add. Oof. Add graphical pick. Okay, so I added few pipes and let me see if it really helpful. Remove individual component actually. And on these, I will check minimum pipe spacing. Failed. An invalid direction has been obtained. Okay, so this is just some other reason of failure here, but somehow. So the messages should be more detailed here. Test passed, minimum clearance. Okay, but somehow it is reporting like this. But idea is to show you uh, how does it works and how many columns or rows are there in the report and what messages. So these messages can be controlled directly from the function. So whatever functions you have. Let me see horizontal spans. Okay, for this line, horizontal span of this line not satisfied with the rule. Need to create support on the below area. Okay. Maximum distance in the model is 19 meter.